Alright guys, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through the syllabus, then I'm going to go through the course schedule, and then I'm going to go through actually how to access it through Blackboard. So just briefly going through the syllabus, my name's obviously William Shipes. I'm your instructor this semester for Math 108. Now this is a very fast semester, it's just the month of June, so you need to really be prepared to buckle down and go quick. I put my number on here. I'll be doing most of my class from my home because we're still kind of locked down a little bit from this COVID-19. So please don't blow up my phone too much. I don't hardly ever give out my personal number like that, but I won't be in my office, so you won't have a way to contact me there. I'll be honest with you, you can call me and text me if you want to, but the most efficient way to actually contact me and get a reasonably nice response is in email. I respond to email a whole lot. I respond to it most of the time extremely quickly. So that's the best way to contact me if you want to get a good response. If you're going to call me on the phone or if you're going to send me a text message, there's a good chance that I'll be working out in the vegetable field and probably either won't answer and it'll go to voicemail, or your text message will get ignored, as long as an email would, if not longer, because sometimes I forget I have text messages. Now I do have an office location, but obviously not back on campus quite yet, so I will be holding some online office hours either through Google Classroom or Zoom. I haven't decided yet, but there'll be more information on that as we go on throughout the semester. I'll hold office hours at least once a week. If you need to reach me, like I said, the best way to do it is through email. So I don't expect too many people to sit and show up when I'm sitting at my online office hours, because the best thing to do is to just send me an email and get it handled right then. But if you need to and you want to come by for extra questions during online office hours, I do encourage that. Okay, so this is obviously Maths 108. It's a 3-credit course. It's an online course. You can read through all this. The big thing here, required materials. You're going to need the MyMathLab Student Access Kit. You don't need the year-long subscription. 6 months is fine. This is only a 1-month course. I don't think they have a 1-month access. But you need to be able to access the course through MyMathLab. That's where we do all our homework, all our quizzes, all our tests, and the final exam, because everything's online. Now you'll also need the Respondent's Lockdown Browser. I'll have another video where I go through exactly how to do it. We'll run our tests through that, and if I feel like later on in the semester we need to run quizzes through it as well, we'll do that. Depends on how honest and nice y'all seem. Obviously that's to help with cheating. You're supposed to be honest and not cheat at all in this course, and that's really and truly what I expect of you, to be academically honest. It's hidden here in the syllabus, something you signed up for when you come to university, and that's what I really expect of you. Okay, you'll also need a TI-84 calculator in this course. We use it a lot. Okay, it's really pertinent to this course. You're not going to really be able to get by without one eventually. So keep that in mind. I don't require that you get a textbook. You get a copy of the e-text with the MyMathLab Student Access Kit. And I do type up all your notes for you to follow along with your lecture videos. So you don't really need a book. Get a copy of the e-text with the access kit. It's a lot cheaper with the access kit than going out and buying the whole book anyway. Plus you need it for your homework. So I've got all my policies here. You can read through all that. I've got all your participations here. The biggest thing that you should see here is your grade scale and weighting. Obviously your tests are 18% apiece. You got 3 of them. Your homework's worth 10% apiece. Quizzes and discussion boards will be combined together for 11%. You'll have 4 discussion boards. You'll have 1 a week that you're expected to participate in. In those discussion boards, you will be expected to, 1, present in the discussion board, and then reply to at least one classmate in those discussion boards as well. The one for the first week's really pretty straightforward, pretty easy. You'll also have a final exam in this class that's worth 25% of your grade. Okay, so I have all your information here about everything. You can read through. If you have any questions on it, please let me know. It's pretty straightforward, I think. As far as late work goes, I will drop 1 quiz / discussion board, whatever the lowest one is there. Your homework's graded as soon as you submit it. If you happen to be late on a homework, you'll lose 10% per day on that assignment until you run out of days. So if you wait over 10 days to do an assignment, you're not going to get any credit for it. But say if you forgot that you had homework due tonight and you log on the next day to do it, you're going to lose 10%, so the highest you can make is 90. So that, I feel that's a pretty good compromise. As far as late quizzes go, if you're late on one of those, shouldn't have been late, but I do drop one. So if you happen to be late on one, I can drop it at the end of the semester. Don't miss a test. Don't miss the final, because there's nothing I can do about those. Alright, have all that information here. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm very open and honest about anything, and I really like to help, because I know people sometimes struggle with math. If you have any accommodations as far as extra time or anything like that I need to be aware of, you obviously need to email me so I can be aware of it. Other than that, this next section will go through the schedule for Math 108 this semester that I put together. Alright, so this is a look at your tentative schedule for the semester. Obviously the first day of class is 6-1. On that day we'll go over chapter 1.1. You'll have a lecture video for it and some lecture notes for it, and you'll be expected to do the homework on 1.1. That homework will actually be due the very next day or next class period at midnight, and I'll show you how to access that when we get on the Blackboard as well. If you notice, it's very fast-paced. We do a chapter or a section of a chapter about every class period. Sometimes we'll even do 2, and sometimes we'll have some worksheets. So you need to be prepared to do this. Don't get behind, as I keep saying. You've already got some up, so if you want to go ahead and get ahead, that's cool too. But you won't be able to do your homework until the day that it's actually assigned to be done. And I'll go over that when we actually look at the My Math Lab section. Peace. Alright, so if you notice, I also post on here when your quizzes are. So when we finish chapter 1, you'll have a quiz on chapter 1. I do give you a little time to complete that so that you don't have to complete it the same day, in case you want to do a little studying and refreshing. But I do have the due dates on here, and they do correspond to what's online. I also have your test on here, and you also have a little time to complete your test as well. So the first test is on chapters 1 and 2. So when we finish chapter 2, I'll open the test that day, and that test will be due as it's stated here on your tentative course schedule. Test 2 will be on chapters 3 and 4. So as soon as chapter 4 is over, I'll open that test up, and it'll be due a few days later. Chapters 5 and 6 will be on test 3, and then the final exam will cover everything, and you'll have a few days to complete it. The very last day of class is 6:30, and you will be expected to be done with the final exam on that date. Like I said, don't get behind. Please keep up with your stuff. I would follow this guide religiously in this class and keep up with it, because if you get behind, it's really going to hurt you. You got to be prepared to do it and stay on task. It's a whole lot of material in a whole little bit of time. Alright, now this is an overview of Blackboard. Once you click on Math 108, this is where it should take you. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is go to course content. That's where you probably found this video. It'll be listed first. It's not listed yet because right now I'm recording it. But it'll be listed first. Obviously your course syllabus is available. We've gone through that. Your tentative schedule is available. We've gone through that. Below that you'll start to find lecture notes and lecture videos. So an example will be this lecture video here. You click on it, it takes you to this video or to this lecture notes for review, and if you click on this, it takes you to the lecture video that is associated with it. Like I said, I host everything on YouTube, so YouTube's a pretty international platform so that everybody can have access to it. YouTube hardly ever goes down. Sometimes when I upload them to Blackboard will go down for a day or so, and you'll actually need it during that day. So I don't like to do that. I like everything to be able to be accessed on that YouTube platform. Like I said, you'll have your notes first, then you'll have your lecture video that follows that. They'll be posted as we go along. Right, I've got most of them for the first week uploaded already. I'll have the rest of them uploaded by this weekend. It takes me a little while to get those uploaded because I have to go to campus and do it because my internet out here where I live is really slow. But the online on campus uploads them pretty quick for y'all to have available. It's pretty straightforward. That's how you find it. That's how you find your information. You get your lecture notes, you get your lecture video, you go through the lectures, you watch it, fill in the notes, and hopefully get an understanding of the material. After you've done that, you'll come over here to My Math Lab. Okay. Now, it should look exactly like this. And you'll have all these links available. And the links are pretty self-explanatory. You can go to the My Lab and My Mastering course home. Typically the link that students use the most is the homework link because it takes you directly to the homework assignments. You've got the quizzes and tests. It'll take you directly to the quiz and test assignments. Or you can go look at all your assignments. Assignments are only available after they are available to be done. So you're not going to see an assignment for chapter 6.1 on the first day of class. The first day of class you will see an assignment for 1.1. On the second day of class 1.2 will become available. I don't make stuff available until after it's been gone through or the day that it's supposed to have been gone through. So keep that in mind. You can't work too far ahead. If you want to see a list of things, you can click on the calendar. And what I'm going to have to do for this is actually get out of the student preview mode so that I can go into my teacher mode because I don't have a student access. I have a teacher access to this. What you will note here is when you go to log on to this. So when you go to your My Math Lab here, these links should pop up, but when you click on them, it's not going to look the same as what I click on. The first thing you're going to have when you click on it is you're going to have to log on to the Pearson after clicking on it, and you're going to have to either enter your paid access code that you've already bought or buy an access. You don't need a year-long access. This is only a month-long course. So really all you need is the smallest, cheapest one they probably offer, and I think that's the 6 month if I'm not mistaken. So but once you get all that figured out, it'll also probably ask you for a course ID. The course ID, you should have gotten an email with your course ID by now. So if you haven't, go double check that you haven't. But if you haven't, send me an email because if this is the first day of class, you need to be able to access your homework. You need that course ID. Don't be lazy. Go in your emails that I've sent to you. Try to find it. But if you can't, send me an email so that I can send it over to you again so that you can get logged into your homework. Now, if you go directly to the homework tab, like I said, this is before any of them are available. I keep a lot of the final reviews available to do the entire time. They're not required to be done, but they add extra help. But what you'll see is the assignment will be under the assignment here, and it'll tell you when it's due over here on the left-hand side. So on the first day of class, chapter 1.1 homework will pop up, and it'll tell you that it's due the next day at midnight. So you should be able to see that. Quizzes and tests work the same way. You want to click Quizzes and Tests tab. It'll be outlined in the same way on this window. Okay, if you want to see a calendar of when everything is, you can click on the calendar. Obviously, course starts in June, and what you can do is you put your cursor over each day, and it'll tell you what is available each day. So Monday we got orientation and homework 1.1. Tuesday we have homework 1.1 is actually due, and 1.2 is now available. 1.2 will be due Wednesday, and 1.3 will then be available, and it'll tell you test and quizzes availability as well. Back to this page here, you do have a copy of your e-text. You can look at your grade book here as well for the My Math Lab section and everything. The other thing that you'll have to cover here is your discussions. So if you go to the discussion tab, what will happen here is you'll come over here to your discussions. It'll say week 1 discussion. You'll click on it. Okay. If I go back to student preview so you can see exactly how it looks for when you log on, you have discussions here. It'll look just like this. Okay. So it'll say week 1 discussion. It says class, as a part of week 1, I'd like you to introduce yourself on the discussion board so that you may get a feel for how the platform works. I'd also like you to respond to at least one classmate this week as well. I'll start. My name is William Shipes, Professor Shipes, and I will be your professor for Math 108 this summer. I graduated from Clemson University with an undergraduate degree in pre-med in mathematics and a master's degree in statistics. I enjoy bass fishing in my free time, and I run a small farm selling vegetables as well. I have not enjoyed being quarantined from the Rona, but it has allowed me to adapt to online teaching in a short amount of time. I try my best to be available via email for any questions you may have here, and will be available for online office hours as well each week. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me for help sooner rather than later if you need it. I hope you enjoy the fast-paced online Math 108 this semester. Now what you need to do is click on the week 1 discussion, and you need to create a thread. And in that thread, what you'll do is you'll write your name, and you'll kind of introduce yourself as well. So William Shipes. So I'm an instructor. Okay, I like to fish. You can write your major. You can write how old you are. You can write what high school you went to. I went to Williston-Elko High School. And you can write a complete sentence and make it seem a little bit better too. But I don't want to make you sit here for 30 minutes to write up a whole nother description of myself. And you'll hit submit. Okay, and everybody will submit their own thread. And then what you'll need to do is reply to one of those threads to one of your classmates. So you'll click on that thread and you'll say, okay, you'll click the reply button, and maybe you'll say something like, hey, that's cool. I went to Barnwell High right down the road. Just something to show me that you can make all these tabs work within the discussion forum, so that when I start asking you math style questions in week 2, 3, and 4, that you'll actually be able to answer them and interact with other students as you see them. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that helps. Like I said, homepage takes you to this page. Course content will be where most of the content is for the entire semester, so you need to be able to kind of work and use that. So if you're looking around through it, it'll just continue to go down. I've got up to 1.4 done here. I'll have, 1.4 lecture video uploaded in 2.1, and that'll finish your first week, and then I'll have all the rest of them done way before the time you need to view them. But if you want to view them early or multiple times, that's fine as well. If you have any questions at all about the format and flow of this, or if you feel nervous about the online situation, or have any style question, no style question with the online class is stupid, because online can be intimidating, please let me know, and let me know quick so I can work you through it. Okay. Like I said, I'll put up another video before test 1, baby stepping you through the Respondents Lockdown browser as well, so that you don't have any questions with that and get that set up. Other than that, I hope and I know this is going to be a great semester. Just stay on track. If you need anything, let me know. And I appreciate you sticking with me.